Hi, Gopal from Precise Communication.
Hi.
Welcome in Etisalat Dietetics channel. How would you see the role of digital channels in the conversational commerce?
Firstly, thank you for having me over here. Now, I think let's first define what conversational commerce is, which is basically brands and consumers connect together for some sort of optimal benefit. I kind of look at it like as if it's old school marketing, mom and pop shop where you would go in and the owner will interact with the consumer who comes in, and there's a lot of personal rapport and sort of communication between, which ends up to upselling and cross-selling. So imagine doing that same thing with multiple consumers at the same time, personalized content, personalized communication with multiple customers as well. So bringing that now, creating a conversation with them, knowing them, and then converting it to a sale, and also increasing customer satisfaction. And the beauty is, now we have multiple channels. So you have stores, you have websites, you have WhatsApp, RCS, social. Imagine integrating all of that, having a conversation across multiple channels, but it's seamless. It doesn't matter which channel you pick and drop, but you maintain that communication with the brand. And when a consumer gets that and has a proper conversation, that's where retentionship comes in, and potentially sales and, of course, customer satisfaction.
Well, interesting example about the moms and pops shop. And going to the brands or the businesses themselves, how do you see the adoption rate in such technological trends of conversational commerce?
I think brands firstly went towards automation, getting data, and it was happening in silos. So initially you will have multi-channel marketing where you'll have conversation on social or web or stores. And now that has come into an omni-channel marketing. So that's where the seamless foundation is happening. And this is the direction where businesses are already understanding that there are gaps. I mean, we see this on social as well, where if a customer support is not taken care of from a website perspective, consumers would complain on social. And then on social, we'll try to, because it's a public forum, we would try to solve the challenge a customer has, and then obviously on a public platform, resolve it as well. So businesses, because of social and because of additional challenges, are raising up, and consumers now expect to have a seamless communication with the brand. We even found statistics that said once a customer has become your customer, 61% will reach out to you. Now imagine, once they reach out to you, why can't you not only look at their grievances and convert them into a sale to increase your retention? Because at the end of the day, it's probably less expensive to retain a customer than to get a new one.
Interesting. And how do you tackle security in such value propositions? It took us time for the businesses to evolve from the standard business transactions to the e-commerce business with mobile apps and websites. And now you move into the conversational e-commerce business where you exchange information related to your banks and credit cards into WhatsApp for Business. How do you tackle the security part of it?
Well, for conversation commerce, like a website or like any channel, different parties would need to work together. So your credit card component has to be secure. The data that you're storing about the customers, which will be in your own internal system, needs to be secure. And then the platform that stitches all the journey together also has to be secure as well. Naturally, this will go from your server side as well as your devices, as well as the different channels that you utilize. But definitely, security is a concern. And I think whichever channels a business chooses based on their goals and objectives needs to give security a very, very thorough look through.
Good. And how do you see the future of the digital channels evolutions in the brand's clients or consumers' journey, all the way from awareness, all the way to loyalty and cross-selling and upselling, for example? How do you see the evolution?
So to us, especially if you look at it from conversational commerce, it all comes down to neatly tying up everything that we do on digital, because it's all about collaborating, bringing all channels together. And consumers are also changing their patterns. What we've seen right now is 90% of consumers, when they're actually shopping, they're looking at that product on their mobile phone, looking at reviews, seeing what their friends have spoken about that product, and trying to interact and getting additional self-service information. So as consumers become more mobile-oriented, and wanting to reach out to businesses. That means businesses need to also create those channels and be more transparent and be more open in public communication of your interaction with customers as well.
How do you see the role of AI, machine learning, NLP in defining the consumer's journeys through the digital channel?
Well, I think AI in particular is extremely important, but the challenge that we see is we are at the initial stages to a certain degree, and the rollout of AI it's not been fully optimized for the consumers or for the brand's benefit. So there's nothing to be discouraged about, but it's about first, look, understanding your business, what your consumer target points are, and then building up the correct algorithms for AI to effectively work. And remember, we spoke about conversational commerce, and what that means is I have multiple conversations happening that are personalized per customer. So a customer is not a bot, but the business is. And AI really needs to understand all factors within this algorithm to accordingly provide a personalized solution to the end consumer as well. So once that is done across multiple digital channels, then yes, the potential is unbelievable, because it really means it could preempt what I may want as a consumer before I need it, and automatically.
Interesting.
So it's like your sleeping sales agent.
Yeah. Speaking about conversational commerce and personalized interaction with consumers, how do you see this going well with the data privacy laws in the different regions?
So Europe did a fantastic initiative creating GDPR. Even our company here and dealing with brands in these regions, we try to bring about those protocols within our organizations here. At the end of the day, we have to protect the consumer's data. And it is the consumer who is in charge of their information. Brands, they give access to the brands. The transparency of what the brands hold needs to be towards the consumers as well. Because if those are not taken into account, no matter how much marketing you do, a consumer's choice would depend on them and whether they want to interact with your brand. So if you want to have effective spend of your dollar, it's good to have the consumer on your side, no matter which protocol is put into place. Whether legal supports it, it's about the information that I as a consumer choose to give. So yes, data privacy is very important, and it's important that businesses look at consent-based marketing going forward to ensure that the effectiveness of your marketing campaigns actually gives you an ROI better. So again, it's not about quantity of information going out, it's a quality, targeted, again, which is part of conversational commerce, because when I get information that I need at that right time, when I want it, that's when the conversions will happen.
Thank you very much, Gopal. Very interesting conversation that we had, and we hope to see you soon.
Thank you. Thank you for having Precise over here.